Hello, I am at the base of the brook where I grew up, where my siblings and I spent hours playing. And that right there is where it goes under the road and spills into the Kennebec River. So I am here with my sister and we are going to venture up the brook. And it's gonna be fun, so come along. Oh wait, I'm Suzanne and I am making it in Maine. Just look upstream. Can you see why I had so much fun here when I was a kid? We are going to try to walk up as far as our childhood home. Come on along. Here is some of the things we are finding just at the beginning of our adventure. Bits of pottery. Who knows, you know, how old this stuff is or how not old it is, but look at this piece of handle. Very cool. As I look around, I'm just finding more and more and more of it. So interesting. Well, there's a nasty plastic bag, but you can see pottery beyond it and under that tree root. We are now going through a little narrow passage. That's where we have come from. And we're headed through this narrow passage. There's a patch of wildflowers. Beautiful, beautiful lily of the valley starting to go by. But there's a whole little grove of it and another sweet little purple wildflower. I don't know what that is. We are coming upon a little pool and a sweet little waterfall situation going down the side. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I'm reliving my childhood. Just listen, friends. Love the sound of running water. So there is a very large tree that has fallen down across the brook. So I am straddling it and it's very large. And this is what we had to do to cross the brook to get to the other side to visit my aunt. When we were kids, we'd shimmy across the log like this. Probably sometimes we walked. So up there, see the red house with white trim? That is the back side of my parents' house. It was cedar shingled when my parents lived there at the end. So the new homeowners have painted it red, which I think looks very sweet. So here is what's below. Zoom out. Here is the brook below. But we still need to go up a little bit further to find the little rock kitchen that I used to play in. So hold on and let's go. Forward a little bit so you can just barely see my mom and dad's old house up there. And then if I scan across to the other side of the brook, up there you see another dwelling, and that's where my aunt lived, my mom's sister. Here is one great big rock that is near what I called, I think this was the kitchen. Yes, this is what we pretended was the kitchen. So we'd walk in here, see the rocks, all around. And I used to pretend this was my sink. I'd put water in there, pretend to wash dishes. And there's a little rock down there that I used to consider a little stool, a little step stool. So here is my stomping ground when I was a kid. Yes, yes, it was my playground. Let me take you up here further. This was it, and there's my aunt's house was right up there, and her daughter built a house across from her. So here it is. See if I can find where the log was. Oh, I'll show you where we used to get collect pollywogs. Right down there in that little pool is where we used to collect pollywogs. We had a tree house down here. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I don't know where the log used to be that we shimmied across. I think it was somewhere along here. Yes. Let me go a little further so I can pan up to my parents' old house. If I can get out in the clearing a little bit more. Yeah, they have not painted the back side of the house red. They've left it the gray cedar shingles. So it looks like they had to either replace or paint the cedar shingles on the lower portion. When I was a kid, there used to be a big door and that led into the basement, and years later my dad brought in a lot of fill and put a bulkhead on the back of the house, which you see. And after retirement years, they added a 3-season room on there. So if you see the white to the left, that's where the 3-season sunroom is. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this little romp to my childhood play area. This is my older brother Jeff and me when we were very young. This is obviously a photo of us when we were much younger than when we played at the brook, but this photo was handy, so I'm going to let you look at that while I read you the poem about the brook that I wrote in one of my college classes. It was a literature block for elementary education, and I wrote this poem in 1995, and it's called The Brook. When I was just a little girl, my brother and I would play. We'd rush out the door and down to the brook and be gone for most of the day. Jeff and I pretended, we imagined, and we dreamed. The brook was our special playground. It was more than what it seemed. We had picnics in tree houses and caught some pollywogs. Occasionally, we crossed the water by shimmying across some logs. We also launched our homemade boats and watched as they sailed away. We'd run after them and fish them out to save for another day. Our favorite thing to do down there was to hop from rock to rock. If we were not very careful, we'd fall in. Oh, what a shock. When it was time to go home for supper, we'd walk back up the hill. The next day we'd return again. We could never get our fill. The end. I thought I would end today by showing you this small hooked mat I made of my childhood home. So from my heart to yours, dear ones, I hope you stop back soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.